This your boy Atlantic City. This time I'm going to take a look at Matthew Cogburn. Let's go.
The young and inexperienced. What was your plan here today?
I've been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin.
Aww.
Square that with what's on your MySpace website where you talk about Jesus rocks.
That's the struggle I'm facing.
Jesus rocks.
I love this spoof thing we do with the phones now, but it takes forever to dial all these numbers.
You just couldn't make this up. There we are.
You smug bitch.
It's a Saturday afternoon, and there's this massive wildfire in Northern California. That causes a power outage, and that knocks all Yahoo chat rooms offline.
Oh dear.
So for like 9 hours, the perverted justice decoys couldn't do their jobs. Not only was that a problem for that day, it created a problem for the next day because the decoys couldn't make dates for Sunday.
Oh. They couldn't make their Sunday dates? I bet they were depressed.
So this had a very serious impact on our investigation.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
It's Angel.
Ugh.
Where are you at?
After the date is made and the potential predator says he's in fact coming over, they always have a follow-up phone call. So we kind of have a better sense of when these guys are going to show up. Pib talked to Matthew Cogburn and kept track of Cogburn.
Kept track.
As he got closer to our hidden camera house.
Walking up the walk towards the door.
Walking up the walk towards the door.
All right, now back up.
That is
back
so
up, back up,
obviously a
Keep
wig.
going.
Hi, come on. I just gotta put this in the dryer real quick.
That is a wig, right?
Just take a seat, because if I don't put this in the dryer, it gets really wrinkled. I'll get in a lot of trouble. Come on into the kitchen and take a seat. I even made some sweet tea. I'll get it out.
Cogburn wanted a blonde, and Emily isn't naturally blonde.
Ah, it is a
So
wig.
we had to improvise and come up with a blonde wig
See, I knew it
for
was a
Emily to
wig.
wear to be seen at the door when Cogburn shows up.
Did you have a hard time getting here?
Well, the road that I was looking for didn't show up.
My fault with the directions.
No. I got directions off my computer.
He a little sleepy. I'm a little sleepy.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
I didn't know this was going to happen.
You had a feeling what was going to happen. Go ahead, sit down, please.
No,
Well, no, I need to talk to you about a couple things.
He does
I think
not
you're
wanna
gonna
sit.
Talk about it. It's going to take a few minutes, so why don't you have a seat?
But he will sit
Cogburn
anyway.
immediately recognizes me. It was one of the first investigations where we were seeing a number of guys who had seen previous To Catch a Predator investigations and had shown up and stayed and chatted anyway.
Is this going to be on national news?
I'm sorry, be on what?
Is this the national news, all that stuff?
Which one are you talking about?
The national news and all that stuff.
Or NBC.
NBC?
Yeah.
You mean like Dateline NBC?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to keep your hands out of your pockets for just a minute. Go ahead, please sit down.
I've just been on the road 2 hours.
Okay. What was your plan here today?
I can't
Tell us
answer
your
that
plan, Matthew.
as I want to because
Mr.
I've
Cogburn.
been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin.
That little shake.
Struggle
Ugh.
myself with what I want to do. What I want to do. What I want to do. What I want to do.
What is that?
What I want to do. What I want
Cogburn, what are you
what I
doing,
wanna
bro?
do. What I want to do because I'm still a virgin and I just I think it's stupid that I did this.
How old are
To all virgins out there, if you're watching this and you're a virgin, it's really not that great. It's really not. It's not worth going to fuck a 13-year-old just to not be a virgin anymore. It's not. Cogburn, it's not worth it.
I'm 22.
22. And how old was the girl you were chatting with online?
The girl said she was 13 or 14.
13 or 14. and you thought that it would be okay to come over here and visit a young girl home alone.
I wanted to think it was okay, but I just...
He wanted to think it was okay. I mean, he obviously, even before he said that, he knew it was wrong, but...
Now, I'm looking at this chat log here.
Yeah, let's see what he said.
16 minutes into this discussion, you ask if she can do deep throat.
Cogburn, bro. You motherfucker.
Explain that.
Not deep throat.
No reason to.
You big tall motherfucker.
No reason to explain. How do you feel about sex? You on birth control, or are you sticking with condom?
Hashtag no babies.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy. A guy. I love Chris, but why does he drag so many words out? Guy.
Looks like the kind of guy anybody would be, happy to have their daughter date. You look at his MySpace page. His hero is God. His motto is Jesus rocks.
Jesus rocks. Yeah, that's something else I wanted to point out of this video, that just because someone, says God this and God that, doesn't mean they're not up to no good. Now, not all religious people, or people that appear to be religious. This is not really about religious people. This is about people who appear to be religious, like Mr. Cogburn here. Usually it's all a front. Usually they're up to no good. Not whether they're cheating on their taxes or, scamming people on Craigslist or looking to have hookups with 13-year-old girls. Usually they're up to no good.
You got toys?
Is there a need?
What was that? He asked if there was any toys. And then, did he just ask if there was any?
His motto is Jesus
God.
rocks. You got toys?
Is there a need?
Is there any toys? Is there any? Chris asks him, is there any toys? And he says, is there any?
Well, I want you to
That's great.
square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about
MySpace.
Jesus rocks.
Man. I mean, it really dates, the show really gets dated when you talk about Yahoo Chat and Yahoo Messenger and whatnot. But when you start bringing out MySpace, it really shows how long ago this really was, and it really puts it into the time frame of when this actually occurred, because things were different back then. Back in the MySpace days, things were a little different. Not all that much different, yeah, but they were different. But you were still able to get in contact with underagers. But MySpace, man, I never thought MySpace would die. Boy, was I wrong, man. I always liked MySpace better than Facebook. I'd be like, fuck Facebook. But this ain't about that.
That's the struggle I'm in.
In Heroes, God, duh.
Duh. Like we're supposed to know that.
Don't do this too.
Well, you need to know that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens
Oh
online.
my God, I was rushing. He's like, I gotta
If there's
get a
anything
shot
else
of
you'd
him
like
before
to
he
tell
leaves.
us, we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to be on your way. As I'm finishing my conversation with Cogburn, I ask if,
Cogburn.
there's anything else he'd like people to know. He turns and says,
Be careful. Keep your jeans in your jeans.
keep your what?
Jeans in your jeans.
Jeans
Keep your jeans in your jeans.
in your jeans. That's your advice.
That's great.
And it took me a few minutes to figure out what he was talking about, but he meant jeans as in DNA matter, in jeans as in pants. And it's his clever way of saying, don't get yourself in one of these situations.
Yeah, Chris, we got it. You don't have to ruin the joke.
Seriously, get on the ground! Get down on the ground.
Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down
Matthew,
on
how to
the
go in the
ground.
house today? I'm just curious.
I pulled
I pulled
up in
up
front of the house like she had said, and
like she had said to.
got out, and she was coming out the door, and I saw she had a wig
coming
on.
out the door.
It's like, this is odd. I mean, I had a little bit of suspicion before I even got there.
Of course
Did you
you
engage with the gentleman that talked to you?
Yeah.
you engage with
Yeah.
that.
What happens with that, I don't know.
That's Chris Hansen.
Just asking me questions about it. Just trying. I took offense to it because I thought he was trying to put me down. Man, I was going to walk out initially.
I took offense to it because he thought he was trying to put me down. Wow. Well, if you've seen the show, then you know he's not trying to put you down. Well, I guess in a way he is, but he's just trying to do a story. He's there to do the story. He doesn't know who's going to be in it or not. He's not at that point yet.
After this,
In this particular investigation.
it's just weird. I've been in
But this is a
I'm
case
not gonna say a mental struggle, but
where one of the guys is still a
slowly,
virgin.
deep down, I didn't have any intentions of doing anything.
And
I
because
knew
of
I needed
society
people.
and how things work, because of
and as
school
weird as
and
it sounds,
just what the kids
you know,
talk about and how they hype up sex
I've been able
is
to talk
amazing,
the way
phenomenal
I talk,
thing, and it can be under certain circumstances, but how
this is my punishment.
how it is just portrayed growing up, and especially as a teenager, and in movies and just everything, all forms of media, just to people talking about it in the schoolyards, at the schoolhouse. It makes these people. This is another one of the cases where
In his interview with the detectives, he's
where the years of hearing about sex and sex this and sex that, these people, I don't put him as a pedophile. I don't put him as a guy that's gonna have child porn. Now, he may very well have had child porn on his computer, but I don't look at him as the guy that would have had that on his computer. I look at him as someone who just wanted it so bad he was willing to go to great lengths to get it. And I fully believe that is exactly what happened to Mr. Cogburn here. He wanted it so bad, he was willing to have sex with a 13-year-old just so he would no longer be a virgin. And that's fucked up. But I believe that's what happened to Mr. Cogburn. And I believe that happens with a couple of other predators.
says that the most important thing that he's got to do is call his employer and say that he can't make it in for work. I mean, on almost every level, he seems like a
they're going to
diligent
be worried
kid,
about
but
that
for this
anymore.
behavior online and the fact that he showed up to have this date.
You say you're a virgin?
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
You already knew that.
It gets pretty graphic here.
This is my dark side.
Okay. Well, we all tend to have one of those. Hey, and it can be overcome.
This is my
It's a
slap.
hurdle. It's a hurdle.
Well, this is my slap in the face to wake up and stop. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Wait a minute and stop. So you've done this before, Mr. Cogburn. 4 years in jail. So that just indicated to me that he's done this before. Well, that's fucked up. Well, this is Atlantic City. I'm out of here. I'll catch you next time.